the Anime Night Streaming Event 13. It's the very first panel at Sasamacon that I'll be hosting, and a special unboxing segment covering all of my Japanese Blu-ray releases. I'm actually really excited about this event because it's going to be huge. There's actually going to be, I'm covering over like 40, 30 different series, Japanese Blu-ray releases and stuff. So I'm just really looking forward to this. So to really start off, I'm going to be discussing the events that Anime Nights will be doing in the next couple of months. I got them all lined up all the way out till November. And like always in my streaming events, I encourage anyone that has any good ideas about an event, or you have a good idea about, you know, some sort of prize item or something that should be given out, just kind of contact me and let me know, and I'll try to make it happen. So first up are the events. Last time in the streaming event 12, I actually covered what was happening in March, April, and May. And now that it's mid-June, we're going to be jumping into a wide variety of anime-themed events focusing on singers, voice actors, animation studios, but most importantly, waifus. You're probably laughing about that right now, but I'll go into that a little bit more a little later. So the first event that's coming up is actually going to be tomorrow. It's June 13th, and it's going to be an animation studio spotlight on Shaft. I'll actually have a magazine that's going to be covering a lot of what I'm going to be discussing here. It's going to be a little bit more in-depth. So basically, let me give you a rundown of what this is. Studio Shaft was founded in 1975 by Hiroshi Wakayo. The primary director since 2004 has been Akiyuki Shinbo, the director of the widely successful Bakemonogatari series. Shinbo is actually responsible for Shaft's visual style that are minimalistic, abstract backgrounds, the popular character trademark head tilt, which I'm sure that all of you have probably seen in the entire Monogatari series. Also, they're actually really popular with a different background style. There's massive changes from the TV broadcast to the Blu-ray releases. I know specifically that Madoka was changed, especially in Mommy's Room in episode 2. They actually added some items, took some things out, stuff like that. Another trademark is actually this focal point from front and center objects of nature, where the center of it are the characters that are actually in the background. They're shot in the background, and there's usually this wide pan shot. Typically, that's done with a lot of Shaft anime, and it's really kind of cool to see it happen because they go from all these really extremely quick cuts that are super detailed, and then they go to these blank wide pan shots, and it's just kind of cool to see it kind of change up like that. So the lineup for this event is as follows. We're going to be starting off with comedy series Arakara Under the Bridge. Then we're going to move on to March Comes In Like a Lion, which is very popular. It's actually created by the woman who did Honey and Clover, Chika Umino. Last but not least, on the TV anime side is going to be Natsu no Arashi, which Crunchyroll has available. And then last but not least is a feature film called Fireworks. And I'm actually really excited to see this movie because I haven't seen it all the way through yet. And I know that there's a company, I believe it's Fathom Events, that's going to be putting it on through AMC in the coming months. I think it's July that they're going to be showing it. So kind of look forward to that. There are going to be a couple of prizes, so I'm kind of excited about that, and a magazine as well as a ticket. Next up in the lineup is something that's going to be a little bit different than what the club has actually done before. This is going to be a vocal collections. I can't believe I just used air quotes. I haven't done that since like high school. And it's going to be actually an event focusing on a particular singer and or possibly a musical group that works on Japanese anime. So on June 20th, this is going to be a vocal collections on personally one of my favorite singers, Aimer. Aimer in French means love. She began her career in 2011 with the cover album Your Favorite Things, and actually has since produced 14 singles and actually 4 studio albums. She's insanely popular. She's worked with Hiroyuki Sawano most recently. Personally, she is one of my favorites, and she has some incredibly powerful lyrics. This screening is actually going to be only include anime series that feature her voice in opening and or ending sequences. So as such, we're going to be learning about her style and the band that she works with and actually how she got started. It's going to go a little bit more in depth than what I'm kind of describing here. So the lineup is going to be as follows. Number 6, Aimer actually sings the ending sequence. After the Rain, which she also sings the ending sequence to. Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, the TV anime. Natsume Yujin Shogo, Season 5. Natsuyuki Rendezvous. Zankyo no Terra, which translates to Terror in Resonance. She sings the ending sequence to that. Following this is the first ever Seiyu, which is voice actor spotlight. And this is, I was kind of really trying to figure out exactly which voice actress or voice actor I wanted to choose. There's so many. I mean, there's so many that I could choose from. I could have done Haruka Tomatsu, the woman who voices Asuna from Sword Art Online, and also most recently 02 from Darling in the Franxx. But I wanted to find somebody that was so well known in the anime industry. Like, anime fans would know her just by her name. So I actually chose somebody who's real popular from the 90s, and it's Megumi Hayashibara. So on June 30th, this spotlight is going to be featuring her. This is going to be focusing on her and like the anime that she's voiced. So in the Facebook event page, which I'll actually post up a link in a little while on where you can find that, the lineup is actually going to be done through a voting system through anyone that wants to attend the event. The actual first one that's actually chosen right now since last week is Eli Ragu from Shadow Skill. I mean, there's a ton of options that we can choose from. So I'm really looking forward to that. The next voting is actually happening right now, and it's going to go on for about a week. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be really neat. Next up is July 14th, which is a Best Waifu event. This is actually going to be a lot of fun because the following week is going to be a Husbando event, which is really funny. There are going to be some guidelines to this event. I didn't really want to force people to watch shows that I think are the best waifu or best husbando. I want you guys to pick it. So, and as such, you have to bring your own DVD or Blu-ray of the specific episode that best represents your waifu. And you have to present like a 3 to 5 minute speech as to why he or she is your best waifu or husbando. And then we're going to duke it out and argue and just have a nice little debate about it. It's going to be really funny. There aren't really going to be any prizes. I might throw something in there, but it's going to be kind of difficult to do because I'm not actually going to know who is going to be involved. So it's going to be really fun, I think. And people are going to get really heated about this. It's going to be really good. So on July 25th is going to be the follow-up event, Best Husbando. And you can actually find all these events on Facebook and also the meetup page under Genshigen Modern Visual Culture. So if you ever need to figure it out, it's going to be on there as well. So after that, it's going to be the first event starting in August. This is a spotlight on August 8th, a spotlight on FAM, which is short for family. This event will actually focus on character strong family bonds. The lineup is going to be as follows. Hanasaku Uroha. And this story actually follows this young girl that actually gets forced to move to her grandmother's inn and actually ends up working there and developing all these friendships and ends up falling in love with this guy. And it's just really cool. Next up is going to be Ushoten Kazoku, which is My Eccentric Family. It's about an entire family. A lot of them can turn into tanuki, and some of them have like magic and all that. It's really cool. Next up is Clannad. After that is Showa Monogatari, Nizo Monogatari, and Usagi Drop. And one that I did not want to leave out is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Because you can't go wrong with Dio and his feud with JoJo's entire family. I mean, it's just ridiculous. After that is August 25th, And every year I do a marathon on Space Dandy. Last year I did select episodes, so I'm going to kind of be doing the same thing, but I'm going to be picking different episodes this year. So this is actually the third year that I've done this, and I have a blast with this event. I just love Space Dandy. He is so great, and it's kind of a callback to a lot of classic 70s and 80s sci-fi films, and he just makes fun of it. It's really good. So attendees that show up will actually receive a special Boobies coaster. I don't know if you guys can see that. And it's actually double-sided. It is really cool. Really like this. It's really funny. I have like 300 of them. So I hope a ton of people show up to this because I have so many of these. Also, there's going to be some box sets. Those will be announced pretty soon, as well as some other prizes, maybe some posters or something. I haven't really figured that one out yet. So the lineup is actually going to be on the Facebook page and the meetup page pretty soon, so you can kind of check that out here in the next couple of weeks. After that, we're moving into September. This is moving by pretty quick. September 5th, I actually got this recommended to me by my friend Sean, and it's a letter-by-letter event. So basically what the idea is, we're going to be showing a few titles that actually start with the alphabet. So it can't be like KIZUMONOGATARI because that's all one word. I really want to do a couple of events with this to kind of see how far we can take this. So for example, some of the lineup is going to be A channel, B the beginning, C the money of soul and possibility control. Awesome series, by the way, about the stock market. Really cool. The Gray Man, Ease Otherwise. Those are a few examples. So if you guys have any ideas, post in the chat box and just kind of let me know, because I'm always up for something creative with this. And then shoot me an email or something. I'll post my email here pretty soon. September 26th is going to be Yuru Camp Part 1. This adorable little series follows a group of girls that actually go around on trips together, going camping throughout Japan. It's a very heartwarming and relaxing series. It's filled with moe. I loved it. It actually aired in January, and it was fantastic. I'm not usually a fan of moe anime, but this one was actually pretty charming. I kind of hope they do another season. So that's on September 26th. We're going to be watching the first 6 episodes. Next up is going to be on October, and this is a first for Anime Nights. And I just got to ask, who are your greatest villains in anime history? What are your favorites? Anime Nights is actually going to be screening the top 10 in a 2-part event. So keep in mind, some of the episodes are actually going to be spoiler alerts. So if you haven't seen the shows, I kind of recommend that you catch up. Some of the shows that will probably be spoilers are Made in Abyss, Psychopaths, and Madoka. So you might want to catch up beforehand. So a lot of people that are probably going to attend this event have probably already seen all these anime. So the lineup is actually subject to change because I may remove something and add something else. So here's the lineup as follows, and I'll start off with the villain first, and then followed by the anime. Johann Lieber from Monster, Shogo Makishima from Psychopaths, Shin Sekiyori, I don't want to reveal any spoilers with that, Bone Druid from Made in Abyss, Puella Magi, Madoka Magica, I'm not going to reveal any spoilers to that, Griffith from Berserk, Light Yagami from Death Note, The Major from Hellsing Ultimate, Vicious from Cowboy Bebop, and last but not least, Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you guys have any ideas or want to kind of challenge me on what one villain that I have in the lineup isn't as good as somebody you might think, just send me a post. Send me a message on Meetup or the Facebook event. I'm always encouraging you guys to post something more. Okay, so next up is the 70th anniversary event. This is going to be in November. Honestly, I can't believe it's already here. Anime Nights has actually been around for 4 years now, and I can't believe that we're at this time in 2019 coming up. I'm going to be hitting the 5-year mark. It's insane. So over the years, I've actually made a bunch of magazines that have covered the specific events and kind of the topics they've covered based on production details, to voice acting articles, reviews on TV, anime, films, just tons of other specific things that I've covered, but it's mainly focused on Japanese animation. So as such, the 70th anniversary event is going to be kind of celebrating this. So I kind of want to go in some detail a little bit. When Anime Nights actually first began, it was actually at my brother's place downtown in KC, using a small projector and my old laptop. We had a lot of films we watched, from Miyazaki classics to some very unique OVA concepts that actually came from the Young Animators Training Project between the years of 2011 really, to 2016, to the more recent Animator Expo works. So for the most part, we got together each week on a Wednesday night and watched a couple of anime series and just really caught up with some shows that were airing that season. So it was kind of cool. We watched an episode that aired that week and then just kind of talked about it after it. It was really cool. This actually really started with Space Dandy and Terror in Resonance. So these events were actually prior to when I really made magazines and tickets. So this 70th anniversary event is actually going to be focusing on the very first event that I had a magazine and a TV. Well, really a ticket. So solely doing ad posters and prizes and things like that. I remember one we actually did for Attack on Titan, and it was actually the first compilation film. And one of the prizes I actually ended up getting was through Amazon, and it was the Survey Corps backpack. Looking back, I feel like I had some really cool events. One of my favorites was the Erased event at my friend Eric's place, using the projector, and I made this cake and had all these prizes, and 10 attendees actually got Erased mugs. I mean, it was so freaking cool, which actually I'm drinking out of it right now. This mug is so cool. I actually got it off Redbubble, which you actually can't get anymore. So going into the 5th year and celebrating the 70th event is really awesome. So attendees are actually going to be getting the original magazine, and they're also going to be getting the original ticket, as well as a special cover that I'm going to be illustrating for it. I'm kind of detailing it out right now. There's going to be a special storage box for a prize winner that's going to receive all the magazines, which is very exciting. There's going to be some other prizes actually announced as the date gets closer. If you guys have any ideas, just kind of shoot me a message. All right, and that kind of concludes the events. I will have the anniversary anime after holiday party, but that won't be until January. If you guys want to do anything for December, just kind of let me know and stuff. All right, so this is going to be a large portion of what this streaming event is going to be. I'm actually really excited about doing an unboxing because there's 5 shows back here, and I've got some on the side here that I'm going to be covering that I haven't actually opened yet. So it's oh, this feels like my birthday or a Christmas. Like Violet Evergarden, I actually haven't opened any of the volumes yet, which is really exciting. I just can't wait for this. Also, Darling in the Franxx. I mean, I haven't opened the first 2 volumes yet, so I can't wait for that. So do you guys have any questions before I begin about any of the events or anything like that? We'll take a couple of minutes. And just kind of, before I start with this whole unboxing, do you guys want to talk about some of the anime that's airing this season? Honestly, I'm really enjoying Record of Grand Crest War. This second half has been phenomenal. So freaking good. And no wonder it's so good. It's done by the guy who created Record of Lotus War. I'm really enjoying that. It's just been awesome. I'm also watching Watakoi, which has been a phenomenal perspective on otaku and how they kind of blend in society and work together. It's very, very funny. I recommend reading the manga as well. Are there any shows you guys are watching that might be interesting to check out maybe in the last couple of seasons? I'll kind of take a couple of minutes kind of before I begin this unboxing segment. So just kind of let me know. Kind of before jumping in real quick, I kind of want to share some of the purchases that I got that's not Blu-ray or DVD related. So I'm a huge fan of Gangsta. I love her art style. It's beautiful. I wish they would do another season. Poor Manglobe. Like, it breaks my heart that they left. It's so upsetting. I was depressed for like a week. It sucked. But anyway, they finally released Gangster Volume 8. And this is very awesome. It's been like months or even like a year since they've released Volume 7 in Japan. So this actually covers a lot of cool ground on the story. I'm not actually going to reveal anything right now because that would be wrong and not very nice of me to do that. So yeah, so I'm going to leave that to you guys to buy this manga volume. You can get it off Amazon Japan. I also really recommend buying it now because this is actually the first print edition. And if you get the first print edition, you get this really cool illustration card with Warwick, Nicholas, and Alex on the front, all wearing freaking glasses. It's freaking awesome. I love it. It's great. I wish they would make like a life-size poster of this. If you guys want to follow like upcoming news about Gangster, I recommend following a Tumblr site called Benria-san. That actually translates to Handyman. And there's a group of people that actually cover most of her tweets. They do a lot of translation for the special comics that were actually included in the Blu-ray volumes, as well as some of the bonus items you got from retail outlets for buying the Blu-ray sets and stuff. So it's actually kind of cool. Another thing I do want to mention about Gangsta is that I was having a discussion on one of my Facebook pages, and we were trying to figure out whether or not Fun Animation's release, the complete series release, was from the TV broadcast, or they got the masters from Manglobe, from Committee, and they used that. The reason why I say this is because they actually released the show in May, and Japan released the final volume in Japan after that. I think it was like a month or two after. By the way, the series looks amazing on Blu-ray. Incredible. So if anybody owns the volume, kind of post some screenshots and kind of let me know if they actually own the complete series. I've been having a discussion with one of my friends on the Anime Collectors group Facebook page, and I think we may have figured out that Fun Animation is actually using the TV broadcast, which sucks big time. Like, I know that I will not buy that knowing that now. So yeah, so there's that. Aside from that, why don't we just go ahead and kind of jump in. Megalobox, I want to point out, is incredible. In July, I'll actually be doing an unboxing for the set, the first part, because I have ordered that, including the soundtrack, because the soundtrack is just freaking amazing. And also Steins Gate Zero has like some of the best episodes ever. And Hina Matsuri, like Sean is mentioning, and Alex there, really awesome. Really, really great series. I'm thinking about actually doing an unboxing for Hina Matsuri. Haven't decided yet. So let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? So first up, as you notice under the details section of the YouTube streaming page, you can kind of see a quick recap segment of everything that I owned. That's a lot. I mean, that is a lot. So I'm going to kind of take my time with this. If you guys want me to stop at some point, kind of go over some stuff, just kind of let me know. If you guys have questions, let me know. Just kind of post in the chat box. So let me go ahead and start up. All right. So here are the first 2 volumes of 91 Days. These are bare bones release. I was so disappointed with this. I haven't jumped on buying the rest of the series because of that reason. The show looks great. There's a few animation changes. They've cleaned some facial designs in the show. They've switched up some of the camera angles. They cleaned up some coloring. So overall, I mean, it does look good on Blu-ray. But I'm just kind of appalled at this release. I just don't know why. It's bizarre. I mean, it looks like kind of a second-made release. So there's the front cover. I do like the front art. It's really pretty. So here is the first volume. This does include the first 2 episodes. So that's pretty exciting. There are no subtitles. And I'll be honest with you, I was really surprised when I heard about that, because this seems more of a Western show. And so I would kind of figure they would try to market to a Western audience. So I don't know, it's kind of strange. Next up is the volume 2. And here is the set for this. Oh, this actually included a bonus item, which is a drama CD. And this actually includes episodes 3 and 4. They refer to them as days, so day 3 and 4. I know that the final volume actually includes an OVA. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm kind of curious to see what they've done with it. I think it's like a past scene with like a whole section with Nero when he was younger. So that would be kind of interesting to kind of see the family relationship there between him and his father and stuff. So 91 Days, volumes 1 and 2. If you guys want to see more unboxing for this show, just kind of let me know, and I'll see what I can do about purchasing the rest of the series. I do know that some of the retailers did a storage box deal. There was one place that actually offered, I kid you not, a liquor glass, and it had the engraving of 91 Days on it, and it included like a fake bottle that represented the bottle that they were selling in the show to kind of market the alcohol that they were making. It's just really cool, the ideas that they come up with. All right. So next up is ACCA. I don't own box set 3, but here are the first 2 box sets. Now, if you order the Amazon Japan edition, what came with volume 1 was this illustrated storage box. And as you might know, I'm a huge fan of storage boxes. And this is illustrated by Natsume Ono. Really, really nice artwork. I love it. And I love the design on them. It's just really cool. Okay. So Blu-ray set 1, as the stuff slides out of box set 2. Here's the Natsume Ono art. Really awesome. Really like this release. This includes the first 4 episodes, and I do want to let you guys know that this does include English subtitles. So if you're actually wanting to purchase the show, buy it through them, because more of the money actually goes towards the animators, and the animators are not making anything right now. I mean, it's just poor. It's poorly done. This includes a slipcover, like all the other ones. Let's see. So the artwork on the back is actually really cool. Really, really like that. It's really neat. And all this stuff slides out like so, like all the other releases. This includes an illustration card, which is really neat. I kind of wish, because I really like Natsume's artwork, because Ono's style is very simple, and there's not a lot of strong detail in her works, but it gets the point across. And I like the real thin lines that she uses. She did that with Restaurant de Paradiso, and it's just a really nice style. House of Five Leaves was like that too. So that actually comes with a couple of items here. Kind of an ad for the manga. And then here's a little booklet. This is actually an extra manga, short story manga, which is really neat. I really like this. It's actually pretty funny too. And then here is the first set. This actually includes proof of purchase. This is a drama CD and the first disc. It's pretty nice. So I really like that. And I like the way it's designed. It's not super thick like some of the other releases. It's kind of nice to have that. So it's good. It's good to have kind of a thin slipcase there. I was a little worried that all the volumes would not fit in here, but it's kind of cool that they've been able to accommodate for that. So this portion of the unboxing segment might actually take a little while, just because I have to put stuff back and all that fun stuff. Let's see. So, okay. So that was box set 1. And I think I might actually use the back cover for it. It's actually really cool. I'm a fan of this artwork. It's pretty amazing. Okay. So next up is ACCA box set 2. Okay. So everything slides out like so. Slip cover, pretty awesome. And the artwork on this is really neat. Features the department and Mauve, which Mauve is a really cool character. She's pretty badass. Okay, proof of purchase, some Amazon Japan details. Here's the illustration card for this one. Really like that one. It's cool. Kind of wish this came with posters and stuff, like tapestries of the actual illustration cards, because I think it's really, really cool. So there's that. And then this also came with a manga. It's really neat. It's kind of cool because a lot of times these releases come with manga that are done. They're actually like getting permission from the author to actually make something new, and it's promoting their works. It's very awesome. This is a gallery booklet. And this one's really cool because it kind of details a lot of the majority of the character designs and stuff, and focuses on episodes 5 through 8. I really like this. There's also some staff interviews here. I kind of read this, and it's actually pretty interesting. There's director Natsume Ono, which is coincidentally kind of funny that they're both from Ono. The style that he used for this show was peculiar because the season before it was One Punch Man, and then you had this, and it's like we went from a high-octane, adrenaline-rushed action show and comedy to a very sublime series about detectives solving cases and solving a coup d'etat. Like, it's just so bizarre. But it really shows the versatility that Natsume Ono, or not Natsume Ono, Shingo Natsume can do. It's just very fascinating. By the way, I messed up before. It's not Ono. There's the last name. It's Shingo Natsume is the director. So I apologize. So yeah, so this show, it is available on Crunchyroll. But if you want a more quality release, get the Japanese version because it does have subtitles. If you want a dub, the US version is available. I don't recommend it because it's the dub's not great. I say that in the nicest possible way. But yeah, this is ACCA box set 2. I'll probably end up purchasing box set 3. So when I do, I'll do an unboxing for it. So what do you guys think of the stream so far? Any changes? Anything you guys want to see me do? Do you want me to do like a history of a studio or something? I can talk about an animator. I can do stuff like that. I don't know. I mean, I could really do anything. All right. Next up is Blood Blockade Battlefront. Kekai Sensen is the Japanese name. I'm actually really excited about this because I just got another bonus item that I can kind of show off here. All right, so this is the storage box that actually included the Amazon Japan edition of Volume 1. It is not available anymore on the store. I know for a while there, they were selling it through like third parties, and it was like triple the price. So instead of like, I think it was like $95 for the first volume, it's like 150. I mean, it's just ludicrous. So this is the storage box for the Amazon Japan edition. Looks pretty cool. It's in a chipboard box, but it's actually a little flimsy compared to some of the other ones I have. So I'm not like super fond of it. The artwork we've seen before. So I was actually a little surprised by what Amazon chose in agreement with the distributor and stuff. And as you notice, it's a little bit thin. How would it fit all the volumes? It actually doesn't. If you fit the gallery of the volumes, and there's 6 volumes total, it actually doesn't fit. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But you can fit all the volumes if you take the gallery booklets out and stuff. So yeah, so this is actually some of the background art. Really awesome. This series was created by Naito, who you guys might know, who did, Trigun, and what was the other one? It was, Gungrave. That was another one. That was an original anime project, actually. I think Sunrise animated that. I can't remember. Really awesome show, by the way, about mafia. All right, so that was the Amazon Japan version. Here is my favorite. I am so excited that I got this. I'm like giddy with excitement that I am able to share this with you guys, because this is a storage box that was exclusive to Toronto Ana retail outlets if you purchased all 6 volumes. Now, I do want to let you guys know, I don't have volume 5. I am going to purchase it. I didn't get the Amazon Japan edition, which included some special like cardboard cutout characters, which I don't have with me right now. So unfortunately, I can't show those off, which kind of stinks, but that's all right. So here's the Toronto Ana box set. This one's really cool. It's got a chain on it, and can't go wrong with chain. Really, really cool. As soon as I saw that they were going to have this as the artwork for the storage box, I was super stoked. I was like, this is freaking awesome. Like, it's so cool that they did this. Some of the other retail outlets had some of the other characters on it, which was really neat. But this one's super flashy. Like, I like this, and it really represents the ending sequence really well. And that's like one of my favorite ending sequences too, which is pretty cool. So this is that storage box. I actually ended up getting this from Japan. I did actually get it from Japan, but there's a website literally called From Japan. And so they have a Tenso service. And so basically you can order stuff from different outlets and bid on items that people are selling, either brand new or used. I got this brand new, sealed in the packaging and everything. Awesome. And yeah, it's really cool. So you can find this kind of stuff online. I know they've got one for Konosuba that's really cool. It actually has all the female characters in it, Aqua, Megaman, and Darkness in swimsuits on a beach. So who can go wrong with that? I don't know why I just mentioned fan service, but anyway. So here are the first, well, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. These are actually illustrated by Naito. And so here's the first one, slipcase, like usual. This one has a gallery booklet. So proof of purchase. Here's a card featuring the volume. Okay, so yeah. So this is a gallery booklet that does a lot of character designs from the series. I wish I had some of the keyframes from this show because it's really detailed. Really, really like it. Really, really beautiful. And then we've got these here. It does go in some of the background art, and it actually mainly does interviews with the cast and staff that kind of want to talk about the show, mainly about the episodes that are presented, because this does include the first 2 episodes. Usually it's 2. Let's see if I can find something else here. Yeah, so this is like an episode guide. It does actually have episodes 1 through 4. See, and it kind of has a little synopsis and stuff, so it's a little spoilerish, but that's okay. I'm glad they did a booklet like this. So that's really cool. So next up is going to be the volume 2. By the way, I'm actually really excited about Megalobox. I hear they actually added some sequences to the show, so that's going to be interesting. I do want to mention about Megalobox. On their Twitter page, they've actually released last week 2, if anyone's watched the latest episode from last week, they have shown off the introduction videos that you see on the TV. They actually have full animation sequences to those. So that's pretty dang awesome. All right. So here is volume 2. Features Zap Renfro. Really awesome. Love this artwork. And this one actually slides out like this. Pretty cool. And then it's got, these are actually covers that were based on old 30s, 40s, and 50s newspaper covers, which is really cool. Like the Saturday Times, I think it was. So these are actually replicating that, which is cool. I'm sure they got permission for it and everything. If they didn't, that'd be really funny. So there's that, which is really neat. And then it's actually got some really cool artwork. Well, it's just like a recap of the episodes, which is really neat. This has episodes, the last one actually included episodes 1 and 2. This has 3 and 4. Man, I'm failing with you guys at knowing my Blu-ray releases. This is terrible. I should be like deducted points or something. All right, so that was volume 2. And it's interesting how they've made some of these releases slipcover and some of the other ones not so much. So yeah, go ahead and put this back in here real quick. Oh, and as always, if you guys like have releases, even US releases that you want to share or talk about, like Yoko in there mentioned Witch Hunter Robin actually came with a shot glass. I didn't know that. I mean, that's really cool. Just kind of post it in the chat box and kind of let me know, because I'm always fascinated by unique bonus items that retailers bring out and stuff. All right, so here is Chain Sumeragi from the 3rd volume. Really cool. This one is another one of those slide-out cases. And here's another one of the Saturday Time covers. I wish I had them side by side so I could show you guys, but I'm sure some of you recognize it. And it's cool because a lot of these volumes actually have line art and stuff on the other side. So that's pretty cool. This one actually features episodes 5 and 6. And proof of purchase. And that's actually really about it on that volume. Pretty bare bones. It has some audio commentary like all the other ones do, which is pretty neat. So That one's pretty cool. I actually really enjoyed the show. How many of you guys enjoyed Blood Blockade Battlefront? The second season was really good, but I'll tell you what, Rei Matsumoto, the director on the first season, is just, she's amazing. Her style, she is so spastic with her stuff. I mean, it's crazy. Kyoso Giga was an awesome anime, and you can really see that in here. And then here's that little card for Volume 3. This also came with a gallery booklet. This features some really cool art, which is really neat. I really like this. There's that one. All right. If I'm going a little too fast, just kind of let me know. I have a lot of anime to cover, and I'm only on letter B. So just kind of let me know here. All right, let's see. Who all pre-ordered the Megalobox soundtrack? Anybody? Or the Hisone to Masotan soundtrack? Because that series is awesome too. All right, here's Volume 4. Just slides out like so. Illustration card. And then this has another slipcase. And then it has line art from this. This is another one of those Saturday Time Post or something like that, I think is what it's called. And then the line art is on that side. If they really want to make money, they should make one of those adult coloring books with all the line art and stuff. I'd totally be down for that. Pay like $50 or $60 for it, because I'm sure that's what they would charge. This includes episodes 7 and 8. And there's the Blu-ray. And it's cool how all the covers are a little different. For the disc, for the inside cover, and the outside cover. It's pretty cool. I like that a lot. But actually, the reason why I didn't get Volume 5, might have mentioned this before, was because it had a cardboard, had one of those pen up deal things, character stands. And it was already sold out in pre-orders before I got to it, which really sucks. But I'll just have to order the regular edition for it. I bet most of my unboxing video is going to be putting this stuff back. So you guys enjoy that, you know. All right, here's the final volume. This actually includes episodes 11 and the double length final episode, episode 12. Here is that card again. And then the slipcase. And then, as I drop stuff, proof of purchase. And then here is the artwork. I actually really adore this. This is really cool. Really, really neat. And there's that backside there. Featuring like the tagline of the show, like what it's kind of about. And then here is the artwork. And that's the Blu-ray disc. So there's actually not a lot of additional content for this. There's an audio commentary. There's web trailers that are on this volume. Creditless opening and ending are on, I think the creditless ending is on this one. And then the creditless opening is on volume 3, I believe. Sounds about right. So yeah, if you do want to purchase this show, I do want to keep in mind that there are no English subtitles, none. I will preface at the beginning of each unboxing that there are subtitles. So if you guys do want to purchase a show, just keep that in mind. So yeah. Okay. That was Blood Blockade Battlefront. Okay, now time to start off with something else here. Book of Bantorra. Now, I only got the first volume and the second volume because they were like super cheap on Amazon. The first volume I actually got for like $10, which is insane, brand new. Third volume came with a storage box, which is this here. Move my hand out of the way. And this only holds the first 4 volumes. So yeah, and I got this volume 2, for about $25. So that's a lot cheaper than what we would normally pay. So let me go ahead and open this up here, and I'll kind of let you guys know what is up with this. Book of Bantorra is a really good show. So I'm really kind of curious. I haven't actually watched the Blu-ray yet to see what sort of changes they made, but I'm sure they made something. So this actually features Hamyutsu Miseta on the front. Her character is really awesome. This actually has the first 2 episodes on it. Has a little booklet. And there's the cover. Here is the little booklet. Has Hamyutsu on it again. This is basically just a staff and cast interview. I mean, there's really not a lot involved. So, yeah. Kind of a bare bones release. There's a couple of information tidbits about the backgrounds from the first couple of episodes and stuff. So I thought that was kind of neat. So just pretty simple. This show aired in 2008, I think. Wow, I can't believe that was like 10 years ago. Insane. All right, here is the cover on the second volume. This has episodes 3 and 4. Oh, no, sorry. First volume had episode 1. Second volume has episodes 2, 3, and 4. And then there's also a booklet inside. I surprise myself when I actually forget what's in these releases, even though I've already opened them. All right. So this booklet actually has pretty much the same stuff. So it's like there's actually a drama talk in here, which they never do for booklets, but yeah. And then some information about the episodes and how they kind of designed them and stuff, animated them. Booklet's pretty thin compared to what you would normally get. It's still pretty cool. So there is Book of Bantorra. All right, let's go to the next anime. This is by far one of, actually, I think this might be my favorite storage box. I haven't decided yet. But this was exclusive if you actually pre-ordered both volumes of Erased. Bokudake ga Inaimachi. And this is Kaio. Freaking love this. I don't know why Aniplex wasn't like, hey, let's pay some extra cash to get this box. So anyone that orders both volumes at the same time gets this, because that would be really freaking sweet. All right. So this has a ton of stuff. It has the soundtrack. It has the first 6 episodes. It has a special bonus disc with like creditless opening and ending. I mean, there's so much stuff on this. There's actually an etching right here, if you can tell. Really, really thick material. I don't know if you guys can see that. But yeah, and then they've got another one here that's kind of etched in. It's actually Kaio and Satoru's hands. You guys see that? Oh, there we go. Okay, and then, yeah, I mean, it's just really cool. So let me dive into this release. This has a really cool feature that a lot of the, well, actually the US release doesn't have, and that's a revival disc. And basically what it is you watch episodes 1 through 6 back to back forever. It does not stop. It continues playing. It actually, I think it omits the opening and the ending, if I recall. I actually watched it, and it was actually really funny because it had a little like revival sequence at the end, kind of illustrating that Satoru was reliving from episode 6 back to episode 1 again. It was really cool. Okay, so this is a character book, and this actually has Kaio on the front. I think it's Kaio. Let me see here. Yeah. You guys totally can't see that. I wish my camera was better. Yeah, you guys can see the etching there. And then it's got a little bit of etching on the back too. This is a full-on gallery booklet. It has a case file. Here are the contents here. It has, and this booklet actually was translated into English by Aniplex USA. So the release you can get for like $90 for the first half actually has this. So I think that's really cool. So it's got information, keynotes to look out for the killer in the show. There's the cake. Happy birthday, Kaio, which is really, really good. And then it's got staff and cast interviews, as well as some pieces about the manga that actually weren't included in the anime, which is really cool. So that's the first book. It actually has some character designs too, I believe. Yeah, they're just kind of sketched in there, but there's some storyboards as well. I don't know if you guys can see those. So I really like this release. This release is freaking awesome. I do own the US release as well. I think I did an unboxing. I think if you go back to streaming segment 6 or 7, you can check that out. So this is such a cool release. It was really expensive. I never want to pay that much for a box set again, which I'm sure that I will. So yeah, that's the first part of Erased. All right, let me pop this back in here real quick. And now I'm going to go over the second box set deal thing. If I can get to it here. Give me 1 second here. Oh, that's probably why I'm doing this wrong. There we go. Have you guys seen Erased? Do you guys like the show? Is it good? It was actually, honestly, one of my favorite shows of 2016. Really, really good. It's just so emotional and just so gripping. I just really like the show. Okay, so let me pop this back in here real quick. Sorry, guys. All right, this is Blu-ray set 2, box set 2. This has the final 6 episodes. See the spider's web right there? So cool. And then there's the cobweb there and stuff. Spider's actually on the back. This has another revival disc. It was a shame that Aniplex USA didn't include that. But, oh well. Here's the gallery booklet. There is Satoru on the front when he's older. There's some of the details on that. So like the first one, I don't think I mentioned it, show the actual disc contents, but this is kind of what the first volume looks like, only it's white and it's got Kaio and Satoru when they're kids. And there's mittens and snow and all that cool stuff. So this is what it looks like. This includes original soundtrack volume 2 by Yuki Kajiura. There's also that revival disc. The first 2 discs are the series, and then the third one is the original soundtrack. I think I'm looking at it upside down. Oh, Endless Revival disc. And then the last one is the soundtrack. So overall, this is a great release. There are no English subtitles to this. So if you want to buy the show, but you want to support the creators even more, I highly recommend that you buy the Japanese release. So there's that. This also comes with a special manga by Kiseiju, as well as some production sketches in the very end of this. Here's another one. This is also kind of a tie-in to the side story deal that they did for that manga that came out in the summer right after the manga ended. Which was interesting. I thought that was kind of cool. They went through after what happened to Satoru, and they kind of explained what some of the other characters were doing. I'm not going to reveal anything if somebody here hasn't watched the show. So here's some of the designs and stuff. It's really cool. Really, really, really like this. Here's another one. By the way, Satoru's mom is like the best mom ever. So cool. I should do an event on that. Best mom ever. There we go. Anime moms. I don't know who I would pick for that. I mean, aside from her. Really have to think about that. Okay. So that was the erased box sets. The US release does include the soundtracks. So if you do want to get the soundtracks like locally through like Red Stuff, I recommend if you don't want to pay the extra money for the box sets and stuff, get it through them because it will be cheaper, quite a bit cheaper. So yeah. So this was the erased Blu-ray set. Exclusive, awesome storage box. All right, what's next? Okay. Next up is Death Parade. How many of you have seen this show? If you want to type in the chat box, one of you guys post that there. Let's talk about the show. Are they going to do a second season? I really wish they would. This was actually an original anime that was done by Yuzuru Tachikawa, and his stories are really good. I like how this looks like the elevator. It's got heaven and hell on the top. It's pretty cool. And then Death Parade on there. This kind of slides out like so. I know Fine Animation did a release that was pretty similar to this. This is the Amazon Japan edition. So real quickly before I actually jump into this, let me show you what the tapestry bonus was. Such a funny situation happened with me pre-ordering, because I pre-ordered this right when the show was airing, and I was like, I gotta buy this show. I don't care if it has subtitles or not, which by the way it doesn't. But I just love the animation. Story is really good. So when I ordered it, it was like wasn't even heavy when I got the box. I was like, what's going on here? Did somebody like steal my stuff? So I opened the box, and all that came with it was the bonus tapestry. So I emailed them, and they actually sent me the Blu-ray set. They apologized. They sent me a new one, but they also sent me a tapestry, a second one. But I actually ended up giving that out at a earlier event. This is like back in 2015 or so. So here's the tapestry that came out with the Amazon Japan version. Can you guys see that whole thing? Such a cool tapestry. I love this one. So freaking cool. I kind of want to get these all hung up at some point because there's a lot of releases that have tapestries. It's like a huge thing over there for some reason. I don't think I've ever seen an American release that has tapestry posters or whatever. So it's kind of cool. So let me go ahead and dive right in here. So the box actually slides out like this. This includes a special soundtrack. So here are the contents. So let's kind of dive in right here. So this is actually the original soundtrack. It's got some really cool line art, kind of emphasizing the show. There it is. Not very often when they bundle this together is they have a track list, and it's actually pretty big. So I thought that was kind of cool. They had a special soundtrack that was available on iTunes like super early while the show was airing, but it actually included a lot of content. This actually included a lot of content that that one didn't have, and I think that was only like 7 tracks. So it was like a preview disc or something. This is the full soundtrack. I don't know if the US release has the soundtrack or not. If anybody knows, type it in the chat box, because heck if I know. These are some linear notes. Got some martini glasses, and it makes me want to have a drink. All right, so this actually includes information, some character designs from all the characters that go in to Quindecim. So it's got Mayu in it, super weird Twister episode. Harada, which surprisingly enough, I feel like this guy looks like what's his name's friend from Barakoman. I don't know what it is. Queen, which is weird because the English translation for it is Quinn. And then we've got, oh yeah, this is cool. So this is all the promo stuff that they released, like the gallery stuff. And I actually posted this picture. This is one of my favorites on Anime Night's Underground Facebook page, like a couple years ago. They had the promo in a magazine, like the artwork, and they never released it without that text until now. So I actually scanned it in and then uploaded, like cleaned up the resolution and stuff. And that's like one of my favorite art pieces. And this one is the cover for the opening single Flyers by Bradio. And then after that, it's got some of the in-card illustrations and countdowns for when the show was airing, which is really neat. And then the backgrounds. Oh gosh, the backgrounds were gorgeous. I really hope they go back to that. And then some of the keyframes and Genga they have. I wish I had some full-sized keyframes. They also have staff interviews and some extra content like this. They also talk about cut content, which I thought was kind of interesting, that didn't actually make it for the release, which is kind of weird because normally they do that kind of stuff. By the way, this show has some awesome facial designs. Really cool. Like the expressions on their faces and stuff is really awesome. Okay, so here is the, let's see, what is this? Oh, yeah, this is the drama CDs, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, here's the drama CDs. So this is the front cover. Here's the back. And I wish my lighting wasn't so like bright here. And then here are the discs. And then they've got extra cover stuff on here featuring the rest of the main cast. So I think that's pretty cool. All right, after that is, this actually included a lot of content. It was like $250 for this box set. So yeah, that was like the only thing I bought for like the whole month. Okay, so here's the casing for the Blu-ray stuff. And this actually folds out like this. Blu-rays of the series, an extra feature disc, and I think it has a Blu-ray of the soundtrack. Let's see. No, the Blu. Oh, okay, sorry. The first 2 Blu-rays are the series. The middle one is Death Billiards, which actually was the anime that was on the Young Animators Training Project back in 2013. So that's like the OVA. And then there's a special disc that features the creditless opening and ending. It's got background art on the inside inserts, And this one's really cool, but here is what it looks like when it's laid out. And this was actually a full-size tapestry bonus at one of the retailers. I believe it was ANIMATE that actually had it. So that's really cool. And then there's also a storyboard section. Here's the other one. Love that line art. Tanya, they should make adult coloring books for Japanese animators. They would make so much money. Madhouse did an impressive job with the show. So they just kind of go through and just kind of go through the storyboards. I know these all too well. Facial designs are just incredible. This is one of those shows I feel like I can watch over and over again and not really get bored of. They did leave some stuff open. So I feel like that's something they could have adjusted maybe with another season. I keep saying that. I just really want a second season. Is everybody with me on that? Second season of Death Parade? All right. So I'm going to put this back. So that was the Death Parade Blu-ray set. All right. Next up is Darling in the Franxx. I have not even opened these. I am giddy with excitement. I have said that word. I've said that word twice now. So yeah, Amazon Japan serial code deal. And actually, you get a storage box for that. You've got somebody that lives in Japan that's gonna hopefully redeem them. So the Amazon Japan bonus for pre-ordering Volume 1 came with this awesome line art of 02. And it was available for a couple weeks, and then they don't have it anymore. I don't even think a single person is selling it. So this line art is awesome. And then it also came with a giant shikishi board that's done by Kentaro, the creator of the manga. Really like that. Just the normal backside there. So this is actually all unavailable now. All right, so here are the first two volumes featuring 02 and Ichigo. The first volume includes the original soundtrack 1. So I am opening this up for the very first time. This is really cool. All right, so here is the slipcase, and that's the back side of it. Well, that's the back side of it, featuring Hiro. This actually slides out like so, and it's in a clear slipcase like this. This is cool. I've got a couple of releases that are like this. No English subtitles on this. Here are the discs. Original soundtrack volume 1 here, and the Blu-ray on here. This actually includes the first 2 episodes. The animation is greatly improved. I'm not saying that it didn't look good already, but they actually cleaned up, brightened some stuff up, especially some of the action sequences by Trigger. They did a really nice job with it. Now this is another one of those booklets. This is actually detailing the episodes. It's like one of those mini booklets. There's only a few pages long. And it also has a track list and lyrics to the song Cage and Vanquish, some of the other ones as well. I was really impressed with Asami Tachibana because her musical style sounded like Hiroyuki Sawano. She worked with him on Seraph of the End, Ori no Seraph, and I don't know, I feel like she got a lot of creative input from him because it really sounds like his stuff. Here's a material book. This includes some really awesome character designs. Really wish I had some posters for this. Where are you, 02? Let's see. Oh, here's this one. Some of it has some of the coloring on it. There's Hiro. You guys enjoying Darling in the Franxx so far? Do you guys know where it might be headed? I know Trigger's not animating it anymore. Some company called CLOVER works. And it's also got some really cool designs of the Franxx. So that's the material booklet. I just like the concept. The concept's really different. It's really interesting. When I say different, even though they've referenced Neon Genesis Evangelion multiple times, considering the aliens, or wait, you just said aliens. Well, there's the aliens, and then like I think it's like episode 4 or 5. Some of the there's like some of the cinematography, the framing and stuff is really similar. And I just think that's hilarious that they chose to do it that way. I don't know if maybe they got permission or something. It's really interesting that they did that. So, I don't know. I'm really fascinated by what they're kind of doing with the show. Curious to see where it's headed on the next couple of episodes, because I think they're going to be on, what is it, like episode 20 or something? So this is Darling in the Franxx, Volume 1. Featuring 02. Best girl, by the way. All right, here is Volume 2. I'm going to open this up. On the back, it features... oh gosh, I can't even think of his name right now. Goro, that's it. Features Goro, and curious to see what they're going to do with his voice acting role, since that guy is on indefinite hiatus due to his hospitalization, which really sucks. Really wish I could do something for him, because it's just awful. Like, you hear these stories about some of these seiyuu, and they just have to get out of the business because you're not doing well. Okay, so here is the front cover, and then there's the back cover. This includes a key animation book. Really cool. So this has a lot of key animation stuff, and there's a ton of it that they actually released on their website. So I thought that was kind of cool. Mitsuki is on there. I like this one. It's cool. It's really cool. And then got some other ones, especially from episode 1. He first pilots the Franxx. So yeah, it's just like a key animation book. It's pretty neat. So I got that. And then this slides out like so. And got a little booklet, and this actually details the episode. Has like a mini comic. Has some really funky art. I don't think I like that. slightly creepy, and kind of reminds me of Pop Team Epic, just a little bit. And then kind of discusses or shows the episode staff and stuff. This includes episodes 3 and 4, just to let you guys know. So there's that. I wonder when Aniplex is going to release this. Because, yeah. And I wonder if they'll do a season 2 afterwards, if this show gets really popular. I know a lot of people that are watching this. All right, so that was Darling in the Franxx Volume 2. Oh boy. Okay, I bet this is the release you guys have been waiting for. When I got this, hang on, let me grab this. Okay, when I got this in the mail, I wasn't really sure what to expect because it came in a giant box, and I'm like, did this come with a giant statue or something? Like, what's going on here? But I was like, what the heck? So I opened the box, this huge freaking box, and I'm like, does it have like a giant monster in it? Because it is Devilman. I mean, come on. Anything can happen with this show. So I open it up, and to my eyes, I find this really cool box. Details all the material that's inside. Aniplex did a really awesome job with this. And then I opened it up, and I'm like, when I picked it up, I was like, damn, this is heavy. Like, really freaking heavy. What the heck is in here? Like a giant knife or something? I was like, what? Oh, and real quickly, I do want to add, this does have English subtitles. It retails for about $280. So here is the Devilman Crybaby set. There's the front. And it's in like a very hard, like chipboard casing. I mean, this thing is super sturdy. Really freaking awesome. Love that. This is one of my favorite releases. So everything slides out like this. Okay, where do I begin? This is exciting. Okay, so first up is an art book. I should play the soundtrack while I'm doing this. It'd be really funny. And then there's the rest of the cast there. Well, some of the cast. I mean, the cast is huge. This has character sketches like that. It has the original promo artwork for the show before it was getting released. It has, gosh, it has so much stuff. Oh yeah, it has the really cool running animation sequence. It has let's see, background designs. It has character stuff, character designs and everything. Really cool. Love this. Really, really awesome. Then we have an animation making book. That's literally what it says. And it's got the wrappers on the back. Those guys are so freaking cool. This kind of details the episodes. Kind of goes into that. Has some staff interviews, some cast interviews. I'm not going to show you that page because that's a spoiler. Let's see. So there's some just really cool artwork in here from the show. They actually improved a bunch of the animation. There was the awesome rave from episode 1. So cool. And then some storyboards, which if you got this from Aniplex Plus, the bonus was you actually got a replica of episode 1 storyboard, which was really cool. I mean, this thing has a ton of storyboard material. Let's see. Some more cast interviews. All around, this release is so cool. Also has some Aniplex information. Oh, has a pamphlet to promote the statues that came out. One of the statues is like $1,500. I am not kidding you. I'm like, that's insane. So yeah. And then here is the release. This is the actual cover. So here is Devilman. And then here are all the giant freaking monsters. So cool. So I feel like they did this for really anybody that watched the show. And then here is the inside casing. So we've got all the Blu-rays on 3 discs, including bonus features. Then we've got an extra soundtrack and then night sessions. The night sessions were any of the music that was played at night, obviously. And then the extra soundtrack included any additional music that was either featured as promo music or was used in the show that wasn't featured in the soundtrack when it got released back in January. So, oh, and it has ringtones included, and they allow you to extract them and use them. There's all the ringtones in the anime, too, like Ryo's ringtone and stuff. So let me go ahead and fold this out. I'll kind of show you what this looks like. Kind of wish I had a poster for that. That would be kind of cool. That's really about it on Devilman. The Amazon Japan bonus I couldn't order because, upsettingly enough, they couldn't send it to me because it came with a letter opener, which is a weapon, apparently, and they won't let me get it. It also included the style tracks, the rapping tracks, which is actually now available online. So if you want to purchase the show, order it off Amazon, and then you'll get it with English subtitles. So that is the Devilman Crybaby set. Hope you enjoyed that little unboxing there. All right, what is next? Okay. Next up is Fate. Fate Grand Order. All right, Fate Grand Order is an original OVA project based on the game and I guess visual novel. I never actually played it. If anyone knows, you can type in the chat box. I don't really know. I actually haven't even really played that iPhone game either. So this has a slip case there. And then this is the cover. Here's the back of it. It kind of slides out like so. And then this includes the Blu-ray and a soundtrack. Which is really neat. I apologize, my dogs might be barking here pretty soon. And then we've got the Fate Grand Order material book, which is really neat. This includes character designs, which is really cool. It also has some staff and cast interviews like normal. This was the Amazon Japan version. So this actually had some extra bonus items, including keyframes, like actual keyframes, like replica keyframes. How many times can I say keyframes? I think I've got them right here, actually. They are, yeah, here's one of them. There's a set. There's like 5 of them in here. So that's what that came with. Really awesome. So that was the Fate Grand Order set. Not really a whole lot in that set, but you know, that's all right. Okay, let's see what's next. Next up is another Fate release. Here's the Fate Stay Night not Heaven's Feel, Unlimited Blade Works box set 1. I don't have box set 2. This is actually the Amazon Japan version. Or no, the Aniplex version, because they had an import release for this. And so this actually includes the Blu-ray discs and a proof of purchase and the original soundtrack, Volume 1. It's a really nice release, by the way. And it has episodes 0 through 12, I believe. If you want to buy this, this does have subtitles. If you want to buy this, you can buy it now for quite a bit cheaper than what I got it for. This was actually one of the most expensive sets at $420. So yeah, a little on the pricey side. So this actually has an English translation book. If you get it from the Japan version, it's all in Japanese, obviously. So this actually has, let's see. Yeah, so it has storyboard information, interviews, a little short story, tons of stuff. Track list for the original soundtrack, just a ton of different material in it. And it's not too bad. It's pretty good. It's got that. It has a Garden of Avalon book. I don't know anything about this Garden of Avalon. If anybody knows what that is, please type in the chat box, because I don't even know. But it's got this. I love the artwork for that. And it's got another illustration on the kind of on the front. And then it's the story, I guess, from Garden of Avalon. Must be some kind of a, there's the symbol from the backside of it. Must be some kind of a story that was presented in Fate. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know if it's like a side story or what, but it's really interesting. And then it has an animation work book. Also included these little poster things, illustration cards, because it's an English release. So it's an animation material book. And this actually has storyboard information, the usual stuff, cast, staff interviews, all that kind of stuff, character designs, background designs, special illustrations, like that one. I really like that one. It's got another one in here too. I don't know where it is, but yeah, it also discusses the episodes in a little bit more detail and stuff. So it's pretty neat. So woof woof. So yeah, overall this is a really cool release. I really, really like this. It's in a very sturdy box too, and I'm kind of a big fan of that, because I hate it when releases get kind of shafted on, pun intended, since that's the event tomorrow, shafted on their releases, and they turn out, like when they ship out to somebody, they end up damaged or something like that. So it just kind of sucks. So yeah, so that's the Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works I'm guessing all of you have seen the movie Heaven's Feel Part 1. That was awesome. Really, really good. So speaking of Fate, Heaven's Feel, this is the Blu-ray box set of the movie. Amazon Japan edition included this tapestry, which is this right here. I showed this off at the event. Really cool. All the girls, including Best Girl, is out on a picnic. So yeah, that's the Amazon Japan version. I told you, I have a lot of tapestries. It's crazy. And then, let's go and open this up. And one lucky winner is going to win this. So, well, not this specific one, since I've already just opened it. So yeah. So this kind of slides out like so. The casing on this is awesome. I really like this. Made in Abyss has this set too, like this, where it kind of pops out. So it kind of pops out like so. Yeah, you kind of have to be careful opening it. And then here is kind of what it looks like when you open it. And the artwork on this is freaking cool. All right, so here's the art. I'll kind of scoot back a little bit. There's Lancer. And so this actually includes the Blu-ray, the soundtrack, and an extra bonus disc. I'm really excited for the second movie. I think that's going to be really, really cool. Okay, so then we have a art book. This art book is in kind of a hardbound small booklet, and it includes some really neat illustrations. I wish that the book was a little bit wider so it's easier to open, but you know, that's all right. It's got some pretty cool illustrations here. Like that. I like the type moon stuff. It's really, really cool. If I recall, I think that's a tapestry on the Toronto Anna bonus, which is really neat. So if you're looking at wanting to get that tapestry, go through From Japan to get it. Yeah, so aside from that, there's an animation booklet, which is this right here. And this includes the usual storyboard stuff. And it also has the film description and like the cast and staff talking about the film. It's got the original soundtrack track listing. And this does have English subtitles. So if you do want to purchase this, I recommend it. It also has some illustration cards that were featured on Twitter. Which is really neat. Really like that. Aside from that, that's really all that there was for this release. So yeah, great stay night. So let me go to the next release, which is Flip Flappers, I believe. Okay. Here is Flip Flappers. Now, this is a exclusive storage box from Amazon Japan. Getting all the volumes. I actually had my friend that lives in Japan. He was nice enough to let me use his address, and I was able to get this after I had all 6 volumes. It's really cool. And then it's got robot on the spine of it. So go ahead and pull these out here. Hope you guys are enjoying the unboxing segment. So here is the first volume, Flip Flappers. This is created by Kiyotaka Oshima, the writer of episode, it was like the Big Fish episode of Space Dandy. And also, he actually just made his own animation studio, Studio Doran. And so I'm really looking forward to seeing what he kind of has and everything. So that'll be kind of cool. And then it's got the footprints on the back, the snow prints. So then slides out like so, and it actually has the back on every release has the ending, the girls and the ending character illustrations, which is really cool. And it's got exclusive illustrations for this release. If I recall, I think these are the actual illustration cards that they released for the US release. So this actually pops out like so, and it's got some really cool artwork on the back, something simple at least. So here are the episodes 1 and 2, which is really cool. There's that front cover again, which is really nice. And it also comes with a Pure Illusion memorial book, which is this right here. Has storyboards and staff and cast interviews. Really awesome. The background illustrations are on here, which is cool, from the ending sequence, which I think is awesome. I would love to have like a giant mural of that or something. That'd be really freaking cool. So that's the first volume. Pop this back in here real quick. Okay. Next up is Volume 2. Love the magical girls in this. They're really good. They're really fun too. Have all of you guys seen Flip Flappers? Is there anyone in here that hasn't? It's a really good show. It's really different. I wish they would have made it a two-course show. So here's the front cover. Volume 2. This includes episodes 3 and 4. And there's the artwork for that. There's the back side for it. And then this also comes with a Pure Illusion memorial book. And this features the alien designs and the Maho Shoujo, magical girl, designs of the weapons that they use. Overall, it's really cool. Character designs for the side characters. It has some of the outfits, some of the hairstyle changes, and the eye expressions, the facial expressions and stuff. So I think that's really cool. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into Volume 3. Yeah, Flip Flappers was like one of my favorite shows that aired that season. I think it was 2015, I believe. No, 2016. That's what it was. So here is Volume 3. Really awesome release here. This also includes exclusive artwork. I like Paprika right there. It's really cool. And here is the Pure Illusion Memorial Book. This mainly features a lot of the backgrounds from the series. This includes episodes 4 and actually 5 and 6. That's what it is. Because this has one of my favorite episodes in it. It's the horror one. So cool. Yeah, that's like one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. It's got backgrounds. The backgrounds are really cool. They're pretty varied in this show. Especially when they go to Pure Illusion and stuff. They've got some original concept art that they were trying to decide on for Paprika and Kokona. So overall, I mean, it's pretty cool. And then here's the disc, which is really neat. Yeah, that was a great episode. Really well directed, too, and really interesting how it kind of segues back into the regular section of the show. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into Volume 4. And I like how sturdy this box is. It's pretty nice. Here is Volume 4. I like the artwork for this too. This is really cool. This one has another Pure Illusion book and exclusive artwork featuring the many numerous Paprikas. So this has episodes 7 and 8 on the Blu-ray. And once again, there are no English subtitles to this, unfortunately. Here's the Pure Illusion book. Really cool. This has some pretty neat designs. I like the grandmother and some really cool stuff on the dream sequence and everything, which I thought was really interesting. We've got all that, which is really cool. And then the many different Paprikas and stuff. I love the Space Dandy one, the one with the hairdo. Storyboard information. Overall, it's really neat. I really like that one. So that was Volume 4. Kind of going through this a little quickly. All right, here's Volume 5. This is, I think, my favorite. Actually, Volume 6 has the best artwork, but this one's way up there. It's really neat. I really like that. But yeah, like I said, I think the US release actually has these as like illustrations and everything. There's the Pure Illusion Memorial Book, and there's the artwork. And then here is episodes 9 and 10. On Blu-ray disc. And then let's go through this booklet real quick. This has character designs and some of the like the train and everything. And some of the I really like that episode where they go and kind of discover that things aren't all that seems right. Also, I don't know if anyone noticed this, but was I the only one that noticed that if anyone's watching Darling in the Franxx, that the Franxx, like the princess, looks just like her. I mean, uncanny, right? I mean, am I wrong? Like, it totally looks like her from Darling in the Franxx. All right, I'm showing this again because I can't get over how similar they look. Yeah, totally looks like the Darling in the Franxx villain. Can't get over that. As soon as I saw her, I was like, flip flappers. So that's the book. Now I'm going to go watch that again and then see if it's the same voice actress. Because if that's the case, that's going to be really funny. So that was volume 5. Kind of going through this at a nice pace here. Okay, and then here's the final volume, volume 6. I really like this artwork. It's got the best artwork. I love the shading and stuff on it, and like the background and all that stuff is really, really cool. Here is the artwork for this. This also comes with a Pure Illusion book. This here. This has a lot of background designs. A lot of concepts, concept art, and everything. Just really, really, really neat. And I like the effects they use with the animation in this in the final episode. This actually has episodes 11, 12, and 13. There's special short animation videos too that comes with this. I wish they were subtitled, but fortunately they're not because I wish more people could see them. But yeah, the final episode was just so good. So that's that. And that concludes Flip Flappers. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that show. Really unique, really different. I wish they spent a lot more time on traveling the different worlds and stuff, just because I feel like they didn't do enough time with that and they wanted to focus a little bit more on the story between the Paprika and Kokono's past instead of like kind of developing it as they're traveling and everything. I just thought that would have been really cool. Kind of like what some of the episodic shows have done. I just feel like they would have benefited from that extremely well. So that was the Flip Flappers Blu-ray set. All right, let's move on to the next show. I only own the first volume to this, but I thought I'd show it to you guys because I don't think I have. This is FullMetal Brotherhood volume, Blu-ray Volume 1. Comes in this huge box. This is like the limited edition. They still sell these, by the way. I think they're super cheap now, but I think there's like 12 or 13 volumes, or no, maybe more, like 17. That sounds about right. So yeah, so I just the show gets really expensive. So here's the cover art. That's actually the cover art they used for the first US release. And everything just kind of slides out like so. And I believe this only uses like has like the first episode. It's got some little art cards. And literally, there are cards like that. And those are the intermission illustrations that they used. And I have a little book deal, like a pamphlet thing. It's pretty simple and then the inside of the casing. This is the Blu-ray. If I recall, I think it only has like the first episode on it, or the first 2 or 3. It has a booklet, some pamphlet information, and then the booklet has some keyframe notes, and then it's got some character designs as well. This, I don't believe, has English subtitles. It might. I don't remember if it does. I don't think so. And then here's some of the character art. Pretty cool. I really like that. So that was FullMetal Alchemist, Blu-ray Volume 1. And then it just came with this giant white box of an insert. No idea why they did that. I don't know, maybe this is a storage box of some kind, because I don't know what the other volumes look like, but yeah, it might be. Oh yeah, it is. Limited edition box. See, shows how much I pay attention. So yeah, so I think this holds like the first couple of volumes or something. So yeah, FullMetal Alchemist. Next up is one of my favorite animes, Gangsta. This is the storage box that actually came with Volume 6. It didn't matter where you got it, whether you got the Amazon Japan edition or the regular. It came with every volume of the final volume. Really like this show. It's really good. So the Amazon Japan version came with all these illustration cards. The first volume came with this little holder. You could put all the cards in. This features key scenes. So then I put some of these in here, but not all of them. Overall, I mean, I think they're really cool looking. It's definitely uncut. Like they definitely did a really good job with the show, enhancing it. So, spoiler alert. And then here are some of the other ones that came with the volumes. And there's actually more than one inside these packs. I just haven't gotten, like I said, I haven't gotten around to putting them in here. That's the Amazon Japan versions. So we're going to go through, and we're going to go through these volumes here. Love this case, by the way. Really cool. Okay. So, have you guys all seen Gangsta? It's a really good show. Okay. So this series does come with subtitles, just to let you guys know. So it comes with the slipcase here, and artwork is by Koshk, which was really neat. First volumes came out in 2015, I believe, and then they put it on hiatus because Manglobe and all that business. So it comes with a special manga written by Koshk. Actually, the manga is this one here. Kind of detailing a lot of their past a little bit more. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then they've got character book, staff interviews, the usual. There's Kuni. And then they've got some of the information on like the episodes and like who directed them, the storyboards, who some of the key animators were, and like the backgrounds and stuff. And there's an interview with Koshk in here too, which is really cool. I thought that was really neat that they kind of included that in there. This is the release here, the actual disc as stuff slides out. And it has a really funny illustration card in here too, which is this. Koshk drew that. She really likes to draw unique stuff. And there's always an ad for extra merchandise to try to get to sell the show, and then the CD singles, Renegade and the song by Annabelle. So this includes the first 2 episodes, English subtitles. And then here's the back side of that. I thought it was really cool because it kind of introduces Alex to the show. So it's kind of neat that they used that as their choice for the cover, which was really neat. So I thought that was kind of funny that they included that. And then just the color tones and everything. Like, just overall, they did a really nice job with this. And like I said, that's the front, featuring Nicholas, and Warwick is on the back. We're going to go ahead and go to volume 2. Give me 1 second here while I get everything all placed. Special comics are really good to read. If you go to that Benria-san Tumblr site, all those comics are translated in English. So if you ever want to read them, even if you don't own these, you can read them for free, which is cool. And they are really good about like letting people know, you know, support the show kind of thing. So I really recommend that you guys support the show and everything. Koshika's actually been in and out of the hospital for like ever. So here's volume 2, which is really, I like that purple. That purple color is really nice. So then everything slides up so. And then we've got a special comic book or comic manga. I can't believe I just call it comic manga. And this kind of details a little bit about the Mafia's past and stuff, which is really cool. Really like that. I think that's really, really neat. And then they've got story and stuff in there. And I've actually read these, all of these, and they're really good. Koshika really spent some time on developing the stories and stuff. And it's neat because you get a little extra piece of the characters, but you have to buy the show to really get it, kind of thing, you know? So this is an animation booklet. So it's got keyframes in here. I don't know if you guys can see those. Alex Benedetto is like one of my favorite characters. It's got some background designs, and this has some information on some of the later episodes that are featured in this, which this episode has episodes 3 and 4. So yeah. I really, really, really like this show. So here's some details about Act 3 and Act 4. So yeah, I really just enjoy this release. Meglobe and the studio that did this, Emotion, did a nice job with producing the discs and stuff. And I always kind of wonder, you know, how did they clean up the animation, you know, after Meglobe dissolved? And did they hire them in and pay them extra, you know, just to come into somebody else's studio and animate? I think I might have mentioned that before in my unboxing video for this whole show a while back, but I always kind of wondered that about the studio, like what they did and stuff. Okay, so here's Gangsta Volume 3. This actually didn't include. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think it's included a slipcase. Let's see, 2. Yeah, this didn't include a slipcase for some reason, but here's Volume 3. Actually, I think it was Volume 3 that this came with. That makes sense. So the illustration card for this is this right here. Really freaking creepy. And then it's got a special comic by Koshk. This kind of goes over some of the battles that Nicholas had when he was a child, which is really neat. I really, really like this story and everything, and some of the background characters of some of the characters that we actually got introduced to in like the final episode. It was like, or the last 2 episodes of the series. So it didn't really feel like much of a ending point for the show. So maybe Geno Studio will go back and animate it. Here's the production booklet. And then we've got character designs and backgrounds and just a ton of neat stuff. There's that bar, Bastard, the bar. So yeah, that's Volume 3. Pop this back in here. So overall, this I like the color scheme. This green is really nice. So yeah, volume 3 is actually the one that comes with the storage box, I believe. I think that's why it didn't come with that slipcase, if I recall. So here's volume 4. It's got side on it. And then here's the back of it, featuring Angie, I think is her name. It's been a while, so I can't remember. And then here's the exclusive art for this one. I like the prevalence of legs in this. It's really interesting that they chose this as the kind of the focal point. This is episodes 7 and 8. And they really improved episode 8, like big time. Cleaned up the colorization and the brightness of it. Overall, they did a nice job. This has a drama CD, as well as the Blu-ray there. Here's that other side if you guys want to see that. So I really enjoyed episode 8. I liked it when it aired, but it really wasn't as good. And the Blu-ray just really cleaned it up nicely. So I thought that was kind of cool. So let me go ahead and pop this back in here. So I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. All right, so here's volume 5. Really neat release here. Features Alex on the front. And it's so cool. This also has a comic as well, by Kosh. Really cool. And then another animation booklet. And here's some of the character designs. There's Alex on the different outfits and stuff. Has some storyboard materials, which is really cool. And then here is the illustration card for this. It's the color version, which is really funny. And then this also has a drum CD on this side, and that's the Blu-ray, featuring episodes 9 and 10. Yeah, yep, 9 and 10. The last one did have that recap episode, so 7.5, I think it was. I like how everything they used in this was in yellow, and like there's a little bit of yellow right here, there's a little bit of yellow on the back, and because the cover had yellow too, so I thought that was kind of cool that they kind of included that. Same deal with the other volumes too, and their color palettes and everything. So I thought that was neat. So let me go ahead and put this here, and then we're going to finish up with volume 6. Volume 6. I like this pink. They're red, actually. Looks like pink, but it's actually red. And this one includes a comic as well. Here's the illustration card. I love this one. Really cool. And then here's the special comic. There's that. And then we've got this as well. Oh, it's really neat. I really like that. And then there's going to be the Staff and Cast Talk CD and the final episodes, 11 and 12. Here's the front, featuring some of the other cast members that got introduced. And then here's the back side there. I think it's funny that the legs are skeleton. So I thought that was kind of cool. And then there's also an animation booklet. This shows illustration from the ending sequence. Because if I recall, I think this has the ending, the creditless ending. Has some information about some of the previous episodes, about Alex Benedetto and her relationship with that guy. And then some information about these characters. Alex's brother, I believe, is that one right there. So yeah, I hope you like the unboxing for this Gangsta. This is a really good show. I just think it's really unique. Animation is pretty heavy, so it's not. So that's what kind of makes it stylized. So overall, I mean, it's really good. I like that heavy style. It's different. It was different than any other show that was airing that year or that season, and just kind of gave her some more of a mature look, I would say. So here is Gangsta. There's that box. I kind of wish US releases would follow what Japan does and do single volumes. That'd be kind of cool. Next up is one of my favorite series, Honey and Clover, another one by Chika Umino. This is the Blu-ray box set featuring seasons 1 and 2. Really, really like this. This is the Amazon Japan edition. So this actually includes this tapestry here. You guys can see this. Really like that. This sold out super fast. Just the show is so unique and everything. Just really like it. And then this is the 4K remaster. So they did a lot of editing to clean this show up, and it looks really good. There's a little Honey and Clover booklet. And then they just kind of talk about literally every episode, background design. I really like the backgrounds in this show. They're really beautiful. And then they've got character bios of like Shinobu, Morita, like the different designs. It's really nice, really, really nice. Soundtrack is actually included on this too. It's interesting because if I recall, I think they actually added new music for this release specifically that was never released before. The box art for these are really cool. Cover art, because that cover art is used for one of the DVD volumes. And then here's this one. This does not include English subtitles. And here is the final one. Cool. And if you notice, like, because on the spine they have let's see. It's like volume 1 and 2. And then they mentioned season 2, season 1, season 1, season 2, season 1 and 2. Because this one's a bonus disc. This is the soundtrack, I believe. It's on a DVD, so I think actually that is a bonus disc. And then here's seasons 1 and 2. This actually features exclusive art as well. And then here is the other one. This features exclusive art. And then here's season 2. And then the Honey and Clover disc. Overall, I mean, I just really like what they did with this show. It's really good. And the box is pretty sturdy too. And the characters actually pop out and everything too, so it's kind of neat there. And then the little insert cover is pretty cool too. So this was a nice release. So can't wait to watch this show again. It's gonna be really good. All right, so I'm going to kind of stop here and then kind of break down some of the other releases in the next event on probably Friday, and just kind of run through and just kind of describe the rest of it. And I hope you guys enjoyed this first part of the streaming segment. And yeah. So if you guys have any questions, just chat in the chat box, and we'll do the special raffle next time, which will be on Friday. So like I said, if you have any questions, just shoot in the chat box. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in.